Good morning, good morning. Checking the sound. What's up, guys? Starting in a few minutes. Party animal. Who told you? I think I am. Certainly was there for a minute. Yeah, I did go. It was great. Really good. Really fun. All right. What's up? What's up? We're back. Tuesday, January 17th. Just in time for the London Hour potential setup. Let's see what we got going today. Am I in the wrong bar? That one right there. I think we got three or two. I think we got 3 London Hour trades last week, all winners. Let's see what we got today. Yeah, it was so fun at that party. I might be convinced to go out again in like 6 months. We should do that once a year. Perfect. All right, so we got our first hour, high to low. Tighten that up. Okay. Good morning. Let's get it. It was that good. Like the best birthday party I ever went to in my life. It got a little wild. Got a little wild. Okay. So as far as the London Hour trade, first order of business. Got our levels marked. Let's see if we test a higher low. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, we ended the week nice and high up there. Not a surprise as I was screaming bullish, bullish, especially U.S. session. The doom and gloom for the economy. No. Just no. Says the chart, not me. Says the chart. I think I told you guys the week before last I was buying up some things. And we ended up nice there. Let's see, London hour, keep an eye on that. Okay, generally, dollar pairs. I'm looking at what type of weakness we may be dealing with. Really nothing. Still very bullish. Very bullish. Really, I'm quite bullish on things. This is a weekly chart of the euro dollar. You see what happened there? Do I want to swing trade crypto? I mean, Forex. What am I trading? Swing trade Forex, right? There you go. Get yourself a few thousand pips. Yeah, we day trade over here. But we'll see about the staying bullish today. Got to keep an eye on this for a setup. We'll mark up some levels. We'll see what we're looking at. This guy's okay. Good morning, good morning. Let's get it. Bullish, bullish, bullish. So, for the, what are we calling it? The bullseye trade, and what tends to happen in our U.S. session, I'm looking to buy. Of course, we could scalp in either direction or take the London hour trade in either direction. Background is bullish and generally on down moves. We would expect strength, but of course, we see when things happen. There's a few supports I just want to draw because you know how it goes. Little dip below there could be a buy opportunity. We had plenty of those last week. I think the pound dollar did it every single day last week, where it just did nothing but fake breakouts on the lows. There's a low, fake breakout. There's the low, fake breakout. There's the low, fake breakout. Pete, why are you obsessed with fake breakouts? I am not. The market is. That's where the stop losses are. Don't be a sucker and get in and put your stop losses here. All right, we know that. But again, nothing's changed in that regard. We have this high volume leading to higher prices as a result. Off of that news, we have this dip. Again, it's the stop hunt. It's the high volume. Bullish result. Again, Friday, bit of a dip. Buying in this area. Just looking at the high volume points and the reaction. The phase we're in. We're in an aggressive markup with some quick reaccumulations going on. No profit taking. Where's smart money positioned from? Lower prices. In what direction? Long. Are they getting out of these positions? Absolutely not. They're confident in holding and buying more on dips. Oh, pound dollar testing the high. Attention London hour setup here. Morning, good morning. Pound yen's in the middle of the range. This guy's close to a potential setup. Of course, we have to close above low volume for the long, as we did, what was it, Friday? And then high volume rejection for a short. Let's see what we get. What's back here? If we were going long. Just a bunch of stupid stuff. Let's see. Not too much of any concern. Of course, there is a fib area. Now, the bullishness, of course, not so much. We were talking about weak U.S. dollar. Bullish against that, bullish markets. But certainly we were bearish on the yen pairs. We were talking about shorts, shorts, shorts. There it is. Okay, got to keep an eye on this, huh? Let's see. See if we get a setup here. Good morning, welcome back. First thing we're looking for, of course, London hour trade. Looks like it could potentially set up very soon. Anyone who doesn't know the rules, I have a video showing that. London hour trade. What are the indexes doing here right now? Which would I rather buy against? Yeah, they're both kind of flopping around, huh? Let's see. Could really go either way, as far as break or real break or fake break. We'll find out. Oh, coffee is great. Ugh. You're looking at possible EU sells. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Generally, we're in a bullish environment. I'd be looking to buy, but of course, I can get a scalp set up in either direction. Right now, I don't see anything great personally. Choppy, sloppy in this range. Middle of the range for the day. I'd rather be buying against the U.S. dollar today, unless, of course, I get a scalp, which can go either direction and go as far as it wants to go. We did get a slight little test of that higher high, very slightly, or at least test of resistance. Volume on the low side, so that suggests if we try again, we might be able to break out, close properly outside of that range and get a long entry, maybe. Let's look at it on the 1 minute, see that volume up there. Pretty much a decrease over the recent range. We'll see if it tries and successfully breaks. And volume would agree with that long, unless, of course, higher prices do attract that big selling. That last hour has been very choppy, dollar-wise, U.S. dollar-wise. Best to let that work itself out. Euro's looking weak. Yeah, Euro for the moment. There it is versus the pound. Yeah. Yeah, I see the weak euro. All right, back in the middle of the range. We got close to a potential entry there. Nothing happened yet. No rush, no rush. But generally, what we see is since London Open, the chop of the U.S. dollar. Generally, it's bearish. Yen pair also chop. No real trend yet today on those. No real momentum, at least there. The euro is weak. Australian dollar is about average. Also on the weaker side, actually. Yes, and also weak. Well, some weak euro, weak Australian dollar. I'd like the dollar, yen, U.S. dollar and the yen to get going. That'll help things. What a short euro pound now. I don't really trade that pair, so technically no. Now? No. That'd be low and chasing, not my type of entry at all. Is London hour not working on euro pound? Don't know. I don't really watch it that much. I prefer to trade it against the dollar and the yen. I don't trade that pair. I like a market that is driven by the U.S. dollar and the yen, or at least a trade that is aided by the direction of the U.S. dollar and the yen. When the currencies are driving themselves and not driven or aided by those, it could be short-lived. It could turn on you. And it's typically not the background story. If the U.S. dollar and the yen are not involved. That's why our background is bullish against dollars, bearish against yen right now. So nothing yet on the London hour. Nothing yet as far as any momentum and getting out of the little range for the day here. Choppy, not a situation I'd want to get in anywhere here. Looking for the high probability stuff, keep my standards high. Not looking to jump in on something. Gonna do what I do. You have an entry on, yeah, not really into like random trade calls, please. Definitely not the place for that. Trading 3 specific methods here. 3 specific trade entry types. We're 6-0 in January. That's what we're doing. Okay, I don't know why you took the trade. It's not part of what we're doing. All right, we got pound yen now. I do want to mark the resistance we're dealing with there, but pound yen. Here's our level we need to close above. The lower the better on volume, according to the rules here. Here's the close, not outside the range, and no entry confirmed there. Checking the 1 minute, nice low volume if we do end up confirming so far. How do I feel about a buy on this? Yeah, guess I'm all right with that, if that's what it's going to give. Okay, see where this closes for a potential entry. Let's kind of try it again. Mr. Dean, how are ya? Didn't trade Friday, yeah. Just kind of popped up and was very, very clean and straightforward. I guess you maybe saw the video, yeah. But Friday's not, as you know, not usually the day I stream, but I see the setup. I let everyone know in the Discord this is setting up now, and then I said, let me get on the stream. Why not? We're here. And then we had a AU short, yeah. So this is teasing a setup here. Still 3 minutes left on this bar. That would be a pound yen long if it sets up on that lower volume there. Yen is starting to come down pretty well. As far as the pound. Is it particularly strong? No. Kind of average. This trade probably sets up, 75% of the time. If you trade 5 days a week, you probably get at least 3. As far as anything else, I mean, the main thing, to get some high probability situations here is if, for example, your dollar here can get out of the range that it's been in for the entire session since Asia. As I point out, within this range, especially in the middle of the range, also you've heard me say this a million times, this area is not going to be high probability. So just being patient. It's not going to be in here all day. But the range that it's been in all day and we're in the middle is probably the least predictable, least, probability-wise projecting. AU is the same situation there. Won't be in here all day likely, but for now. And if we're testing a low, we'll see the reaction there as far as demand. Yep. And we're all the way back down here. Look at that. So, yeah, the low volume is decent up here, but certainly not a confirmation yet. This is the high. We need to close above for the London hour rules. So there's that. There's dollar pairs. Let's get out of the range. The yen pairs. Bearish. What is volume saying? We're staying bearish. Some things to look out for today. Again, Asia range still in it. There's EJ here. This might come around or something higher. But we'll see about sell activity. We can just get to that point. Looks like it might be doing that soon. No deal there. And, oh, here we go. It's trying. We've already seen low volume here, so we know we're pretty good, unless it suddenly changes. Good likelihood of a long setup here. Let's see, we get the close. Of course, there is the high of the day so far right here. But, the London hour trade gets you doing some things you wouldn't normally do, I guess. That might be why it's good. Nobody's doing it. All right, so about 4 minutes left to wait on that. And that could be a real breakout up into the resistance by then. We'll see what we get. That's good. We can see about sell activity up there. Yeah, there we go. Breakout of the high of the day. Again, not something I would normally do, but the London hour trade, I respect it. So I really just had to close above here. We're all the way up here. We'll see where we close. We do want to close at or near the high of this bar in a couple of minutes. Lower the better on volume. But I don't mind seeing this new high ground before making a decision, right? Why not? Otherwise, we could have closed here and looking for a long right into the high of the day, into new high ground, and that's where selling could be lurking on a fake break. So I don't mind seeing that at all. Very nice. Really low volume on that 1 minute. Look at that. That's a good start, huh? Not in a trade at the moment. Very close to potential entry on the London hour trade on the pound yen. Pound dollars in the middle of the range. Nothing there. So if we're getting weakness into new high ground for the day, we'll see. May not be a long entry. A bit of volume on the 1 minute, not too much. But that is the high price there. Of course, we need the 5 minute to close properly. Just looking at the 1 minute for some extra little information. So if I do take the long entry, probably looking at about 57.10-ish for the stop loss. 57.15-ish. Considering risk and position size, that's a little bigger than usual, but it is the pound yen, so it's just bigger pips. But normally you want it below a 5 minute swing. We don't really have a 5 minute swing in here. But we have middle of the range and lower into the lower areas of the range. And all right, let's see. Potential long here. But as this closes, the higher the close within the bar, the better. The lower the volume, the better. Risk in check, considering the stop loss placement is going to be around here. Just 57 and change. One minute volume up here is quite low. No, looks like no issue there. Are we closed yet? Yeah. All right, so we technically have this confirmed. Let you know if I enter. If we're pulling back, pulling down, I'm not missing anything. But the London hour trade, pound yen long, is confirmed on the nice low volume close. That's what we want. Lower the better, so that's good. Closing at or near the high, not bad. Okay, we're still pushing up a little bit. I like it. All right, so I'm getting in this trade here, the pound yen long. I'm in the trade. That's the London hour trade confirmed. So I'm in that. Throwing my stop loss as planned, 57.05. A little bigger than usual, so, risk in check. Do the proper amount of lots, proper risk. Follow your risk plan. You're responsible. But it does happen to time to time, especially the pound yen. Pound yen is just bigger pips. And so are the targets, right? So there's your confirmed entry there. On the nice low volume. If you notice the behavior, it is pound strength, and that is important. That is ideal for this trade. If you look at the pound versus the yen, right, last couple of bars are blue. And going into new high ground. Here's the EJ. Well, certainly on this current bar, very different. You see the pop up on the pound itself. Look at the AJ, red. Again, pound yen, blue, blue. So the buying on the pound in particular is nice. Then we have the yen generally moving down. That doesn't hurt at all. Kind of rangy, choppy, sloppy structurally, but no issue with that running off, moving up right now or anything like that. Nice little move there. So that's looking fine. Most importantly, I do like the way the pound moved up against the yen there when the others didn't. So that tells me that, yes, pound-driven situation on that break. All right, let that do its thing. Again, meanwhile, I'm in no rush to do anything on the dollar pairs as they're just in this range for the day and in the middle of the range. Not an area I like to touch. Here again, outside of this range, or at least a fake break, testing some new areas. So nothing there as long as we're in this range. Generally hung out into new high ground without any issue with high volume weakness coming in. So this trade's looking fine. Let it do its thing. Oh, I didn't check news for today. Yeah, I should do that. Checking the news. 1 second. Oh, my sound was muted. Thank you. I was just repeating what I said. I was saying, again, sorry, my mic was muted. I was saying, as long as we're in the middle of this range here, please test new low ground, high ground, EU, AU before I do anything. Euro yen has a bigger range, so that could be something. But again, it's still sort of stuck in the middle area. Not my favorite place to do anything. It's like dead center of the day's range. So patience on everything else. We'll definitely get some good information once the euro dollar and the Australian US get to show us some new high or new low prices for the day. This is not far from maybe showing us the low here. Get a read on demand. Your euro dollar, wherever that wants to go. So that's pretty important for me on the especially EU, AU, but generally here to get out of this range we've been in all day before getting any good high probability situation. I mean, if you think about it, you can't take a scalp because there's no momentum as you're going sideways. Volume wise, VSA wise, again, that stuff tends to show up and is much more trustworthy once you get out of this range, and they're either hunting stops or they're marking up or they're marking down, right? I mean, how active can smart money be if we're in the middle of the range that we've been in all day and we're in the dead center? You know, they're not really doing their thing. If that can happen, that'll help the trade. At the time of entry on the pound yen long, it was looking strong for the pound. Oh, pulling back. Not much volume behind it. And here we have the 14 EMA that might help us. Where's our music? And it's interesting that it was able to come down off of that low volume. That's usually not the case. It's almost looking like it might. I'm just speculating, looking at trap traders short here on a down move. But I definitely didn't see weakness. Is that the yen messing with us? No. Okay. No particular weakness on the pound right now, so okay. There's 14 EMA, so hopefully that's going to give us our bounce, and this guy's going to do it here. Otherwise, it could be wishy-washy, huh? Trade has been treating us well. 3 wins last week. Don't break your streak there, London Hour. All right, just being patient. London hour, letting it do its thing right now. Waiting for some of the other pairs to get going. Cartman, where you at today? Oh, nice 14 rejection. Let's go. Okay, nice behavior off of that if we can keep going. How's our pound behaving? Still on the stronger side, at least a bit. Need that yen to come down, huh? Yeah, a bit of activity, nice close. If we get a close higher as a result, that's some very good information. Yes, yes. What else do I want to mark up to the left in case we get going? I guess there's a support and resistance here. Low of that day. This fib doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, that probably trapped a lot of shorts. Now let's go after their stop losses at around 157.70. And have ourselves a merry old time. A grand old time. Hopefully. I better use my multiverse skills. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Let's go. We'll see. Coming down? Barely. So what is it? Pound strength, huh? Yeah, there's a little buying of the pound right there. You compare it to the EJ, right? It's still going size, stuck here the last 20 minutes. AJ, last 20 minutes or more, sideways. But the pound yen is trying to do its thing. We have that strong pound. Let's keep going with that. And if the yen comes down, yeah, then we're really good. Come on. Nice close. Come on, don't get choppy. Make the move. Make the move. Anything else brewing? Nothing there. Nothing there. No. I mean, if the pound dollar sets up for the London hour trade long, I'm already long. I wouldn't get in that as well. I wouldn't say that's wrong to do, especially if you have small risk right now. It could be extra opportunity, but today I wouldn't be doing that. Or at least not while I'm in this trade. The yen wants to drop. Look at that 14 EMA reaction. Let's go. Pull it down myself. All right, so I'm here just being patient. No other setups. Watching the London hour trade. coffee. Yeah, I got a little left in this cup. Started off with a nice big cup. Gotta have the coffee. I love it. There you go. Coffee drinkers unite. Tea is all right too. You're okay. So again, today is just not much to say. This trade's gone choppy, but nothing wrong with it. Dollar pairs in the middle of the range for the session, looking for something to happen here. Euro dollar, AU. Maybe we test the low here soon on AU. And with yens hanging out middle of the range, nothing I want to do here. Patience. This guy's messing around. There's no issue as far as what the charts are saying, but the yen needs to come down. Now the pound dollar's breaking out of the London hour range to the downside. I wouldn't go taking that. At a dollar-driven move, yeah. I'm certainly not looking to take that while I'm in the pound yen long, but keep an eye on that. That's an option. I'd much rather that be a fake break and everything move up. See what that does just to see, but I'm not going to get in short there or long. We got a little top of the hour activity. Oh, this was the medium impact euro news right now. So, okay, little activity perhaps generally. Maybe the euro's going to get out of its range, out of the middle of the range off of this bit of news. Maybe it was waiting. This guy got to behave. We just kind of went flat volume-wise. It's not telling us there's any issue or any particular thing going on here activity-wise. But we certainly got quite choppy there. Yen got choppy. All right, a bit of news activity. Let's see if we can get past that in the right direction. All right, we got volume now kicking up. Hopefully the stop is safe here at 05. We get a little activity and a proper result. Well, it seemed like maybe that was going on, right? Just kind of waiting for this news, the medium impact news for the euro 30 minutes ago. And the market got kind of quiet and now picked up on that news. So I think we just had to deal with that. A little bit of wildness, and then we can get on our way. Lots of activity coming in. All right, market was kind of waiting for that. Behaving a little bit more like high impact. So yeah, with that flat activity, we're not going to see any issue with the trade of high volume weakness or something. And you know, if there was some short positioning in here pre-news, we even could have seen some of that. It really looked like it was waiting. So hopefully that's not throwing a wrench in the situation. Got a bit wild here. Since when does London Hour Trade care that much about Euro news? I guess it does today. Waiting and doing nothing and then having this reaction. But as far as managing the trade, you know, if there was a weakness, I could be trimming it down right now. It was really just like a wait and see. Nothing particularly wrong with it, right? If we break this down as a result, that's not going to be the best information. If the yen can't come down here, might have to deal with that. But yeah, you all see it. The chart says it was great, but then things just went quiet, and then the news hit. So kind of at the mercy of that right now. All right, what are we looking at here? Pound is still acting stronger than the others. If you look at the yen pairs, right? Coming down AJ. EJ sideways, there's your news, and then the pound yen. So the buying on the pound is there. It looks like they waited for news, and now there's a bit more buying on the pound again. So that's no issue there, that the pound is a bit on the stronger side. Here's euro versus the pound coming down, right? Stronger pound. Pound moving up against the CAD, hopefully now, off of the news. So the pound buying is there. If the yen, if this can drop down, it's party time, right? If we can get to this support, we might be looking at a first target area. Good old 14 EMA, right? My buddy. No regret. So far. So far. No regret ever. Yeah. I think we got one London hour trade in the first week of January. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's 4. We're 4 for 4 on it. No losses for January on the London hour trade. So if this one goes to total shit, whatever. High probability stuff. Okay, here we go. 14 and 50. 50 EMA. 50. Let's go. $50 EMA also is like a support resistance. But typically if you're at the 50 EMA, you really want to see strength coming in because this is rangy stuff here, but if you're moving up and you pull back to the 14, you can bounce with no particular volume situation. Once you get a bit lower, especially trending moves that pull back and you hit the 50 EMA, it's kind of like a fib area, 50 to 618, where you do want to see strength come in to confirm, a bullish environment. Okay, here we go. Got past the news, and the reaction to the high volume is higher prices. Looks like they were just waiting for news, right? Let's see, there are other yen pairs moving. Yeah, this guy. Let's go. That just gapped down. Like I say about the London hour trade that we are in right now, it will test your patience a little more than my other setups because those are really designed to enter at the moment of high probability supply-demand imbalance and start to move in your favor, and you try to avoid drawdown of any kind, right? This one, sometimes you got to deal with this stuff, right? It's not all roses and sunshine. Don't chew your nails off while you wait. All right. So a few pips in profit here. And again, what are we looking to the left for levels? There's not much here. It's kind of a big void as far as any obvious levels. What was I drawing here? The low of this day. There's no fib to draw in here. We would have been broken that already, right? I wouldn't even know where to draw it. It's like so... whatever. But we want to see we can at least get into our 1-to-1 risk-reward territory. And Also, of course, listen to the chart. And as we move up, no high volume rejections, no high volume weakness coming in. I guess we're going to have to kind of go there on the yen index, basically, to get us to a nice target area. But it's behaving with that up move and then the retest of the 14. That's a lot of volume. Well, not insanely, but it compared to recent range, where the outcome is really going to be sort of reliable, right? You push the gas pedal and it give it some energy. It's got to do something most likely. But again, I think we knew it was just waiting for that news. There's the news, and then we're doing exactly what we want after the news, right? Couldn't really be better than that as far as following the news. So yeah, just had to wait that out, huh? Nice. From downtown. Let's go. Warriors have one more timeout, decide not to use it. Curry takes the shot. Bang! What is next resistance? That's what I'm saying. It's so choppy and whatever. Back here, you could do whatever. I mean, we have a support to resistance here at 70. We have a big old fib all the way up here at 158.30. Nothing in particular to the left, though, that we're... So in that case, like if I'm looking at this situation where it's kind of a void for the next 20 pips or so, just looking at, the behavior and making sure that weakness is not becoming an issue. Hey, we could get it, or who knows? There's a lot of volume up here, so realistically, right, managing the trade based on what I'm seeing. This is when you get to the area where, don't celebrate too soon. But, with the volume being, this was news, okay. But the volume after that is a bit on the higher side compared to the recent range. And we just want to make sure that's bullish volume, meaning that, whatever selling's coming in, they're just getting run over. And we're not getting weakness confirmed with a bearish reaction. In that case, I can close a little bit. I can move a stop to break, listen to the chart. But if we're getting this, higher than an average besides news volume and the closes are bullish, then I'm not doing anything as far as management yet. So just to explain that stuff. Again, here I'd want, off of this volume, I'd want to see a higher close. See the 1 minute. Okay, that's nice because the volume actually decreased here at the higher prices. If you think about selling, weakness coming in, rejection on high volume, none of that's going on. And then reflecting that the 5 minute should be much lower volume here, yeah. But this has some time. Gotta wait for this bar. So at this point, it's in that area where I do need to pay attention and manage it properly, right? We get a sign of weakness, and I'll come back to my entry spot, which is about here. I could close half of my position, right? Just lower my risk based on what I'm seeing, read the probabilities. How's the pound doing relative to others? Okay. Still stronger generally, yeah. Yeah. Nice for this, of course, to break the low here. The yen index. But yeah, that is the situation today in the London hour trade. To get the entry and just sort of chop around going, well, that's not the usual behavior. It looks like it should break out. But then Euro news hit, and off we go with a very perfect reaction to that. So no confusion on what happened there. Let's make sure we're all good. Manage it properly. Yellow. Carbonomics. He's a professor of carbonomics. Nice. Not much. We're chilling. Really don't want a 5-minute bearish close here. I can move my levels now. There's your support term resistance for a potential break test right around entry. I don't like that close. Come on, be nice. Yen index looks like it just kind of went sideways. Is it a pound issue? Let's see. Momentarily. That kind of just came out of nowhere, chart-wise, right? We didn't see weakness. Get kind of weird there. What you doing? So hopefully here we are looking at a pretty much break test continuation unless we goes down and down. And at that point I could trim down the position a little bit. There is a lot of volume here to be really comfortable with that rejection like that. Fake break. Really nice entry. Sitting, waiting for news. News comes out. Really nice reaction. Play nice. I mean, at this point, I can see if the 14 EMA holds it, and then beyond that, maybe trim down the position. Just listen to the chart. Right? It's a lot of volume rejection. It ideally would have led to higher closes and would have been no issue. But now we have some weakness confirmed, so we're kind of weird. Like it's figuring itself out. Yeah, I'm considering closing half the trade, only down 10, 11, 12, whatever that is, pips. If I don't like the close here. Look at that move out of nowhere, huh? So nice off the news. See, about to close. Did I close the trade? No, I haven't done anything. What a choppy, sloppy start here. Was looking good off that news. Pound was looking strong. Yen looked like it wanted to trend down here and just kind of pump back. See how I want to manage this properly and responsibly. Oh, we could double check that again, yeah. I did move the level here. If you're looking at the levels I drew, I did move them after I got in. What was the level here for the London hour trade? Oh, it was down here, right? Yeah, it was down here. Where was it? Right here? My brain's not working, but I moved them. Wow, look at this guy not listening to probabilities. Going a little wacky. Okay. Let's see. If this guy closes down, I may close half the position. I do want to see this 14 EMA hold it up, but if we're closing down, you trim it down there. Yeah, we all make mistakes. Fat finger. What we want. Let's go see if we can do that. How's the pound relative to the others? Similar. I'm going to listen to the chart. 1 minute shows again a little more volume here. It's the higher volume stuff with the bad reaction that's going to make me not like it. 5 minutes going to close. Again, I was hoping it would close bullish and above the 14 like these guys and just move along their way, but this volume is coming in. Sort of right back in the middle of the chop pre-news. Seems to have gotten itself into a choppy mess, huh? What do we want to do with this? I want it to bounce. I don't have to worry about it. But this is 1, 2, third time we're at the 14 EMA. It does tend to overshoot, as you see, as you probably know. The overshoots. Beyond that, not looking so good. So let's see if again we get the overshoot. Again, we have some volume in the area where volume came in on news, right? News volume here. Result. News volume again, or news price again. See if we get a good result. But yeah, when managing trades, right, if you get higher than usual volume, you do want to see the result in your favor. We have a bit there again. Let's see if we get the higher result. Higher low, perhaps. Just barely. Certainly made a higher high. And then it got a little dizzy. No music. Yes, sir. Same songs again. And it goes through that playlist pretty quick. 43 minutes. No discotheque. So much activity in this price range after the entry off of that news. What am I trying to do? I moved the wrong thing. Whatever with this line right now. Trying to draw a box. I'm just going to say generally this price area. Volume, volume, volume. Right? I want to see the proper result. Ooh, getting a lot of volume now. That's trading in both directions, right? Because that is not a big bar. Not a big bar. For all that volume. Who's selling? They didn't get the memo. So there's the highest volume on the 1 minute chart since news. In the same price area. Here was your result the first time. Let's go. Are they accumulating in this area now? I'll take it. Pound relative to others right now is about the same, except a bit on the stronger side compared to the Australian dollar. There's a lot of volume on that. We want the proper result here. Like, it's kind of should be go time. In what direction would be the question? See the result. What does a 1 minute look like there? All that volume. It's off of a low price with a higher close. So this information is good. This information right here is good, right? High volume while you're in a trade. You want a good reaction, good result. 1 minute says we're good. But that's very detailed information. I pretty much act on the 5 minute. We certainly don't have a situation where the supply is, gone low. It's a bit of a battle. I don't like to be in the middle of battles. At least the yen's coming down. Let's go. EJ's taken off and the pound yen isn't. Yeah, this is something just to look at as far as new high ground for the day on the EJ. And we'll get some information about that. Finally getting out of the Asia range. Whether it's a real breakout or fake breakout. A good start to get some info. Again, I have an opportunity where I can close, positive a couple of pips. Is the chart giving me a reason to do that? Right? Listen to the chart. Chart rules. Didn't have weakness up here. Our news volume created an upward result. Now again, we're getting high volume upward result. So listening to the chart, I'm not doing anything right now. And again, this is really the highest volume since London Open. So the result will be very telling. I at least want to see that. And if I'm positive a couple of pips right now, waiting to see that, that's fine. No sellers, no whammies. Things are generally behaving right now. The yen index coming down. EJ's whooping the yen's ass. AJ chop chop. And we're somewhere in the middle, huh? Get our 5-minute close here around up a couple of pips. Stop is at 05. So, as I announced when I got in, it's the pound yen, so it's typically going to be bigger stop-wise. But also, this is a little bigger than average on the stop-loss. So, of course, I have to say, that doesn't mean you're taking a bigger loss. It means you're keeping your risk in check. I'm sure you know this, snakiest. But calculating your risk, and if the stop is, what was it? I don't know how many pips. But 05. And here's the entry. It was about 30 pip. But that's how it can go on the pound yen, of course, with the bigger moves, bigger pip count. So risk in check is, of course, the most important. Choppy gloppy. Gloppy. I think you invented a new word. I like it. It's gloppy. Well, if we close higher off of this volume, no glop. No gloppy. That's great info. If we can move up off of that volume, then we're getting gloppy. So, I'm getting close to managing the trade a couple of times, but the chart tells me it's fine. I have no other sources of information. Carbon, you're oh, good. Enjoy. That's nice. Sounds like a good move there. So yeah, the higher close off of the volume, right? Again, I could close break even here. What is the chart telling me? The effort versus result is constantly higher. Yen. Generally in a downtrend. I'm not too concerned about analysis. What else? Again, the pound itself. Just kind of average. EJ with a little fake break pattern for the moment. The volume is medium, so that could really go either way. But like I said, a lot of the pairs are still in the range that they've been in for Asia, since Asia opened for the day. They're still in that price range. And so any pair that's in that price range right now wouldn't want to touch that. Can't stay there forever, right? Euro-dollar range for the day. Just pointing this out if you got here late. Oh, this guy broke out. Okay. Okay. Keep an eye on that. Potential strength here. So that's fine to start looking for trades there. I really like to get out of this area. So we did that. No, it's not a pip count. It's a placing the stop loss where the logically it makes sense that you'd want to be out of the trade. So if it's higher than a usual pip count, then it's a lower position to keep your risk in check. That would be a little too mechanical, and I'd be forced to place my stops in places where I'd still want to stay in the trade, As far as entry there, we look to put it behind the previous 5-minute swing. And there really isn't one as we came off of this and just moved up. So there's no swing point here unless you're all the way down there. So if you're looking at a range, I want to get a little below the middle of the range. And that's what gave me the 05. And again, I was close to trimming it down. As I say, I put these stop loss, they're like almost an emergency stop, you know. And if there's any issue on the trade, I can trim it down. So, but as we're choppy, I keep getting enough good information to not do anything yet. So, you know what I'm saying? Also, you got to consider snakiest, it's the pound yen. Everything's just exaggerated, bigger moves, you know? Pattern-wise, it could be 25 pips somewhere else, but it's 32 pips on the pound yen. On the same pattern because it's the pound yen, you know? What's happening GU? Let's see. Well, dollar pairs have broken to the downside. Not the euro. That's kind of got choppy sloppy. But it looks like we have generally the dollar index. So generally there's some strong dollar coming in. And these guys did a little down move. And it could be a break test continuation pattern. It could be a fake breakout. While I'm in the pound yen, I probably don't want to get anything on another pound trade. For me personally here. Again, Australia, US, that broke to the downside. New low ground. Over yesterday's range, over today's range. And we've got some volume coming in, which is the highest volume of the session, or second or third, besides the open. So lots of volume there, and that could, of course, we want to see the result. And it could be higher and a low supply and move up, or not. So, see if we confirm strength here or not. Maybe the buyers get run over and we get decreased volume into lower prices, right? Could draw a fib in here because it's a nice up move. I don't like drawing it over choppy sloppy, but that's a decent up move to draw the fib. And hey, we got 618 overshoot. But as far as, you know, me taking a trade here, no. But as far as the analysis, I wouldn't conclude. I can't really conclude much right now. You're going to tend to get more volume in these areas. Not extremely high like some of them have shown recently here. It could do a break test. It could do a fake break. That's probably the next thing I'm looking at on that. Move our London hour level. Break test continuation, 14 EMA, or not. To help judge the future move here, next move. But yeah, I'm not personally looking to get into another pound trade. This guy, again, this shows really high volume recently off the low. And as far as intense 5-minute analysis, we could have a low volume test here. Or just fake break and come right back in. But here's your 14 EMA also. And this high volume, and here if we have low volume, then we're likely doing that. And this was a nice little stop hunt in a bullish environment against the US dollar. So that's not a bad start for a long setup here. We could look more at that if it starts to set up. Oh. Let's go in it to win it. Or whatever the chart says. In it to listen to the chart. Oh, that's not that exciting. Unless you have the particular skills of manipulating the multiverse. You might just need to listen to the chart. They teach me in my dreams about these things. This guy he had what looked like a clock, but it wasn't a clock. He was pointing to each number, but they weren't numbers. And he goes, this is a reality. This is a reality. This is a reality. Okay. And then they showed me 2 Earths. And I said, they look a little different. Which one's the real one? They go, there is no real one. They're both legit. Which one you want to be on? Pete, what the hell are you talking about? Let's go. For the crew, not for me. For you guys. Let's go. For the group. For you guys. And gals. The random rare gal. Come on. How's that yen index going? Oh, okay, so we're moving out. We're moving up. Okay, yeah. That last 5 minute was the pound, right? This guy didn't move down. Okay. If this moves down, along with strong pound. Yeah, baby. The art of managing the trade. So what are we looking at since we got in? It waited for news. News comes out, high volume, nice reaction. We get back to that price area, high volume again, nice reaction. If we see weakness on high volume as we, let's say, try to break into new high ground, I can put my stop at break even up about whatever that would be. 15, 16, 17 pips. Oh, we just need this. We just need that. Unless the pound just wants to be strong, then we don't need it. Again, keeping an eye on this because you had some strength and now you're getting at least very close to your test area where you want to see no supply. Low volume test here as you test the old support. What is that? Oh, yeah. And 14 EMA. We're not quite there, right? I want this to pop up as a new high ground and put my stop at break even. That's what I'd like. But we'll see. This guy just has to come down. We were able to do this while the yen moved up. So the yen is a bit strong the last 15 minutes. But luckily the pound is a bit stronger. Now if the yen can get weak, we should be able to really move. Well, I might have to sit through that 14 EMA test one more time there on the yen. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count that. No gloppy carbon, right? No whammies. How's that AU shaping up? Oh, okay. So now we're at the point here. Not quite at the 14 EMA, but at least there's the break test information. Is it a real breakout or is it a fake? Goes back into range. We get that fake. Get the 14. Again, if volume drops off here on the test, the lower the better. Bullish pattern, strength, lack of supply. Not a bad long entry. So we're also watching that. Again, that broke out of the range for the day finally. So that's something. Did the euro dollar? No. Pound dollar? No. I mean, that's a big range, but no. Oh, behave. Good decrease in volume as we're getting up here. Testing both the old support and resistance and just about at the 14 EMA. If we don't get weakness coming in, the lower the volume, the better. Seeing lack of supply. If that sets up, I'll kind of reevaluate the whole thing. I mean, the 5-minute will be setting up. Do I like everything? Yeah, this was the plan. Bullish environment, a little stop hunt. One hour close in 4 minutes. Definitely had stronger pound than against the yen than the euro and Australian dollar. Got that right. We just need this guy to come down again. Not a bad looking trending move. If we can do that, we're good. That's the thing about the London hour trade, right? Again, just to say, my scalp trades, my bullseye and balance trades, maybe like an AU long here, they're meant to be timed to ideally, in some cases, completely avoid drawdown. And you look for something to happen soon. This trade, as we've seen, been testing this since the fall, right? Can have you sitting around waiting for a while and really having to do a little work as far as reading chart and managing it correctly. So we're 4-0 for January on this trade, I believe, right? They're not always just taken off right away. That's the nature of this trade. Is there a channel called Dizzy Traders? That guy gives very good signals, and it is live. It's running now. You can check it. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's the test we were looking for on the AU situation. Could be a no supply. So, again, just to understand that situation. We already know in a bullish environment that these drops early in the session can give you that buy opportunity off strength. Sorry, I'm chewing food. And typically, again, as those buyers come in, confirmed with strength, we had to see that volume. We did. They're going to stop their markup style activity here and test for sellers. As we drew in advance that they would likely stop and do that. That's their template. And if we sit here on low volume for a bit and then continue, we're likely getting the imbalance shown, the markup activity starting. So that could be an opportunity. Sometimes it does pull back just off low volume if it's looking good, and you get your automatic rally. At this point, I wouldn't really call it that, but it's likely if it's going to set up an automatic rally, it's likely that. Obviously, you can find these things in advance. Not random areas that they're going to test for sellers. They're going to test in areas that sellers would show up if they were active, and that would be here, right? That's a ban. There you go. I removed it for you. Z-Real. Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously not looking to follow anybody on YouTube. Honestly, when I'm trading, and I don't want to seem like a dick or something. I don't want to know what anyone else is doing. I do not want to know. I want to know what the charts are telling me with no extra information whatsoever. I want to keep it pure. I want to be in my bubble. You guys are trading other types of setups. Enjoy. Good on you. I definitely don't want to know about it. That's just me. Now, if I couldn't trade very well, I'd be some sort of ass egomaniac. But maybe some of the newer people are starting to understand what is going on here. Just saying, I was a chat mod many times. Oh, cool. Well, if things blow up, I may need your services. And that type of message, instant ban. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you have especially a busy chat and people are taking advantage of sort of the exposure. Yeah, I'm not saying in this case, I don't know. But yeah, of course. But what am I thinking here? Let's see. Again, if the chart said there was any trouble, I would have done something by now. Do we have high volume weakness coming in? No. Do we have bad reactions to high volume? No. We have high volume off the high showing supply in this area? No. Let's see a little more detail on the 1 minute. Gone a bit quiet. That's okay. Again, if we can get into new high ground, I'll probably just move my stop to break even off of that point. Because if we reject that and come back to my entry price, we're really losing some of that momentum, and it's not really happening. Well, let's see if we can get up to, that 55, get rid of risk. 10 pips away on a pound yen. Come on, that's nothing. This guy's not behaving. Come on down, will you? One more leg. At least. One more leg. How's the pound doing compared to others? Still on the strong side. See the AJ. EJ. We have that strong pound, and that's the main reason for this trade. Yen's got to behave a bit and come down. How's this guy looking? All right, little low volume test, right? As we expected. This up move to stop here and test for sellers. Doing that. At this point, you can call that the automatic rally, right? I'll mark it like this so I know what it is. Low volume through here could be a long entry. Well, the charts haven't shown any particular issue with this trade, but yeah. I mean, there's an opportunity maybe to trim down risk at break even here. Maybe if I see again the 14 EMA not holding it up. I mean, we had it three times, a bit of an overshoot, and it held. And again, right? Let's not even deal with that. Come on. Again, yeah, not listening. So not bad information here, as we were talking about there. The strength, the low volume test. Low supply, high demand. Breaking through here without weakness is likely going to give us some markup behavior. Let's see if they want to go for that. On the AU potential long here. Bit of volume here. Let's see if that results in a higher move up and attempt to break. I'll consider that entry. The stop would allow for a fake break. I like to allow for one more. So around 21. Yeah, maybe 25 pips, depending. Keep an eye on that. Again with the 14 EMA. 1, 2, 3, fourth time. Come on now. Again, it's the strong pound, but the yen is starting to move up a little bit there. As far as the EJ, I wouldn't want to go short off of that weakness. Not really a lot. But just to point out, that's doing its test for demand here. Could get a volume spike and have it run up again. Could have low volume, have it come down. I would say that this general stuff here on the pound yen looks like it's likely got traders going in both directions and now getting a little sweaty, huh? This fake break and coming down might have gotten people short. Kind of looks like it wants you to short if you don't know what you're doing, right? Well, we'll see. 14 EMA again. I will be back in 1 minute. All right. We're hanging out in the London hour trade around break even. No bad information. And we're eyeing the AU if it was going to get through there off at the low volume test. Hasn't done anything of the sort yet. Has it stopped here, tested for sellers? That's the template. There it is. If it wants to go lower, we'll see if maybe it gives a fake break and more buying, right? Or maybe we just fizzle out on low volume and start to mark up. We'll see. Come on, let's go pound yen. For the group, how many are in here? 9. 9 people. Look out. Let's do it for the 9. Okay, looks like you see here that the buyers obviously did show up. As far as the markup activity, they're really thoroughly testing for sellers. Whoever's looking to sell here can do so, as they might again buy up at a good price, buy into that selling, accumulate low. That's the plan, unless they don't show up at the lower price again. Well, there's the EJ. Again, I'm not looking to short this, but I am pointing out the pattern similar to the AU in reverse, right? But not that much volume here where I'd be looking to short, but it's the same type of activity. Here it's going to test for demand, test for buyers. Let's do it for the 9. What? 3? Is that even real? There's 3 people in here? Good thing I'm not a YouTuber. That's all I can say. I'll sit here by myself and talk to nobody and make the money. I don't. What's up, Carbon? This guy he just got into a trade and he's just doing nothing for like 2 hours, and like I got really bored and I left. I don't know, this guy's, I don't know. I'm gonna go trade an automated system so I get more trades. I think I'm gonna take buy and sell signals from an automated system because this is just not enough trades. I mean, this guy's just boring me to death. So boring in here. I can't stay anymore. This guy gonna do anything, or he's just gonna keep saying the same things over and over again? I got a MACD over here. I gave it 5 signals already today. What are we at? Is this guy gonna? Well, thank you for being here. Steen Nicolaisen. Sorry. Butchering names is my specialty, by the way. Glad you're here. Let's do it for Steen. Sorry for bringing up Bitcoin again. No apology necessary. I'm trying to understand your method. Would you long scalp right now? I'm not trading cryptos day trading. I'm swing trading. Based on your teaching, I see side of trend 3-minute chart. I don't really look at the 3-minute chart to make decisions either. Your live sessions give a lot more info on the way you trade. Yes. Nothing held back. Share everything I'm doing. Everything I'm thinking. This guy, he just talks and talks. I don't know, man. He got 6 trades in January. It's like I got like 6 trades in one day. Guys wasting our time. You're gonna mix up. I'm gonna go play some Call of Duty. I'm getting bored. Where's Wixie today? Wixie likes the voice. He's not here. But yeah, that's my answer on the Bitcoin. Right now, I would do nothing. If I was day trading, I would do nothing. Because we're in the middle of the range for the day. It's the same thing, right? Bam, right there, middle of the range. We got strength in the background today so far. Whatever. I'm holding longs. I'm holding. Probably won't look to take any profit until we get to about 24, or I would even consider it, based on what the chart tells me. So it's a different approach. I haven't day traded cryptos in a while. Since they tanked and just went into that little range. So you know what? I'm just going to buy some more for my swing position. And it was so, sideways rangy dead for a while into last year. For a while last year. So I stopped doing that. Let's go for the 10. It's for you guys. This guy's trade's finally moving and gets all excited. They're doing it for us. I don't know. We need those type of Call of Duty traders as well. We need them for their money. Agreed. They're about to rage quit their pound yen shorts. Hey guys, you guys want to play some shootouts? You guys want to play some Warzone? Hey, you better back out of this lobby. It's too sweaty. I'm going to move my stop to break even on the pound yen long. Risk is gone. As planned. Hey. Said I was going to do it, and I did it. So I'm up about 15 pips. And the reason for doing the break even on the stop right now, as I said, if this fails to break out here and comes all the way back to my entry price, no thanks. Let's do it. We're doing it for the 10. 11. Man, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen, man. We're about to be 7-0. I have no audience. I mean, I appreciate you guys. I need you. This guy says he needs people there to trade. I don't know what he's talking about. Why would you need people there? It doesn't even make any sense. I know what I'm doing. Ooh, we got a lot of volume coming in. I don't like that. Ugh. Wow. I'm going to go and close half. I'm listening to the chart. Wow. Well, I'm opening up my window at least to close half. Huh. That came out of nowhere. But no risk on the trade. I'll let you know. I have my window open to close half because I just don't like that behavior. You closed out your position at the top? Cool, cool. I got my window open to close half on my phone. I trade on my phone. What are we looking at here? Break test. Okay. Let's make that quick and get on with it. I am ready to get out of half my position at the push of a button. Have not done anything yet. Listening to the chart, listening to me. You're listening to me, listen to the chart. So either way. Yeah, you can see the 1 minute picked up in volume, and that's all good as they close high on the high of the bar, close higher as a result. And then this kind of just came out of nowhere. So yeah, I went and closed half. I did it. Done. So at least I got definitely something in the bank. No risk. Listening to the chart. That's a failed break pattern too. So like I say, right, as you've seen, I wait, I'm patient, I listen to the chart. Look at that weakness. And especially risk reward. I certainly am patient to make sure we get up enough pips before I start closing. Unless I see a problem. And we went this long without seeing that problem, but yeah. You see the volume there, right? You see the close of that bar. And now you see the reaction. And this is, especially if it reacts down here, okay. Then this is a sign of weakness as we're long, and I want to listen. There have been other times where we get, 50 pips, 80 pips, 100 pips. And then there are the times where you got to listen to the chart. It gives what it gives. I was talking about listening to the chart like it's some sort of fucking tip. It's crazy. Yen? Oh, yen. Come on down. Meanwhile, how's the AU setup? Okay, potential setup there. Why did I say that? New low ground. Testing for supply. Not much volume on that. No weakness showing up. Now we have some increase in volume generally here, right? And this one, we'll see if it results in a nice clean attempt to break the automatic rally. And again, if it goes lower, and again buyers show up, then I'm still looking for that long. If it comes down and the buyers don't show up as far as this volume, it comes through without that, I would not look to go long. I'd rather be shorting in that situation, right? It ends up being a real breakout. Break, test continuation of the day's range of that support, actually. And that would be a very bearish pattern to come down here and not see that strength again. So it may or may not show up, and that's going to dictate what's happening. Now, if we don't get down there and we're moving up without weakness, okay, good. We're bullish. Strength in the background, lack of supply, right? So that's a nice, clean, straightforward situation. Huh. I thought I was about to get stopped out of break even on the rest. But again, result of high volume. Let's see. Maybe it's actually a bullish close. But no regrets, as I say. No regrets. If this thing flies up to the moon or goes another 20 pips or whatever, I'm not going to look back and say, oh, I should have left it or something, because we saw it, right? We saw it. Especially when you have a high like this, very clear high, and your attempt to break it gets squashed on increased volume. That takes away a lot of probability of making that breakout, right? And there's your 1 minute volume in there, which is higher than anything we've seen in a while, right? Pretty high volume there relative to where we were. So the chart has spoken, and that's why I managed the trade. So, a little bit in the bank, stop at break even. Meanwhile, a long, or potentially, is burling. We'll see. Euro dollar, again, to repeat myself for the millionth time. Because nothing's happened. We're in the middle of the range for the day, which is a very bad and dangerous spot to get in. And if you got in anywhere here, you're looking at nothing. Going with the wind, so that's not great. But you see how much I like to avoid the middle of ranges. What else? Pound dollar is back in the weeds. Here's the news volume. Here's a bit of buying on a breakout. And we may finally get above the high of the day and see what's going on there. If it's a real breakout, meaning there's not weakness, everything's cool, then you could look for the long entries. This will be very telling what goes on in here for this, right? Paradox, repeating nothing. There you go. What else? AJ? Check in on that guy. Actually, I picture AJ as a female. The Australian dollar is female. Pound is male. Testing. What is this? Support? What did I mark here? Here's a support. And the low volume here is giving us information that it's more likely to break to the downside. We're not seeing much strength come in here. So we'll see if it wants to get into new low ground and not have any issue with strength. I'd consider that bearish and look into short retracements. EJ test for buyers. Not really showing up, huh? Yeah, take it as it comes. At least we're in a decent looking trade with no row. I don't know how decent with that weakness. We'll see. A little something in the bank and no risk. We got to do it for the 11. 12. We're blowing up on YouTube, people. Thanks to you. You know, they say careful what you wish for. Man, if I had 700 people in here, like some bad traders on YouTube do, oh my God. This chat would be going and going and going. I wouldn't be able to answer all the questions. It would be distracting. Is somebody saying something important or not? I would have to keep looking. We don't need them. When you get to 1 million on YouTube, after I say that, don't forget us. The first, I will not. The original crew. You know what, Z-Real? I don't see it happening, honestly. I don't see it happening. At this point, I think we need like a celebrity to endorse me for anyone to give a shit that I'm about to be 7-0 for the month. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Careful what you wish for. Maybe this is ideal. And now that's the mystery of the universe. Why there is 13 people in here. It's conspiracy. I figured putting the win-loss at the top of the freaking thing the whole session, right? Oh, I'm staying around and see what this guy's doing. No, I'm going to go play Call of Duty and take some automated signals. I can do both at once. Maybe the first 10 should spread the word, if you guys want to. Yeah, I'm not even asking for that. 69 viewers is the magic number. Oh. What was 157.72 that I marked? A little support. Okay. Low of the day at some point last week. Yeah, whatever. But it is a support to resistance. So if we're not failing this, then we should get there. That'll be like getting to 35 pips from entry. This almost has like a 50-50 outcome to it, right? You all see it with the weakness and the close off the high, right? No doubt sellers came in to some extent. But then the fake break pattern and closing back into range didn't happen. So as long as we're staying above here on closes, it's a bullish pattern, right? So it's kind of little of this, little of that, right? Good to not have any risk. Yen pushing down, is that what's doing it for us? I just keep moving it over. It started here. yeah, we're zigzagging. I'm getting bored now. This guy's taking too long. There we go. So let's look at what we dealt with so far. Yeah. Entry. Long. Coming back. No issue. 14 EMA is our buddy. I think I need a license plate that says 14 EMA buddy or something. I don't know. Breakout is a new high ground. A bit more volume than we want, but that was off news. Back into the area where we saw the news volume. Lots of volume again with a decent reaction. So nothing said bad trade, right? Then that weakness showed up. That's not what we want to see. It's a new high ground. It takes away a lot of probability. So I closed some for a small profit. If that hadn't shown up, I wouldn't have, as I didn't before with any of this stuff. But that's something to be respected when it happens. And now we can get to our next really obvious level to get to. Be up about 30-something, 32 pips or so. See the reaction, see if the chart says sellers are coming in, or maybe it stops and gives a low supply and keeps going, or maybe it rips through, or maybe it gets squashed on high volume and we move the stop up, right? That sort of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Let's do it. We're doing it for the 14, for you guys. I'm going to join this guy's session. Oh, this is getting boring. Oh, he's in a trade. It's looking good. I'm bored again. I'm leaving. That's pretty funny. All right, let's do it. Testing the high of the day. Let's rip. I pull it down with my mouse right here. See if it works. Yeah, it's slippery. Trying to grab it. Oh. Now I'm just entertaining myself. You grab that bar, and what you do is you hold the mouse down and you drag it, and the bar will go. Imagine. There. See? Oh, slipped. What do we got? Strong pound. Reason for the trade in the first place. Up 20 pips. We're doing it. We're doing it for the 14. Not for me. I trade demo. Watch half the people leave. It's going to drop to 5. Oh, I'm just trading on demo, guys, you know. Oh, this guy says trading demo. What the hell's going on? Ah, you have to double click. Let's try that. 1, 2. Oh, wait. Let's move this guy out of the way. 1, 2, double click. Oh, it's good. Oh, wait. It slipped. I lost it. Hold it. 1, 2, click. Oh. Chart settings. Oh, my God. Could be doing worse things for money than listening to me. I'll tell you that. That's so stupid. Prove it's demo. That's funny. Come on, Pete. You got no proof. You're not proving anything, man. Show us your account. Show us your demo. That's funny. Prove it's a demo. Oh, that's a good one. Let's do it. Oh, we lost a couple. Hey, look at this. Oh, what the fuck, man? I can manage this trade by myself. I don't have to listen to this guy. I'm just manage it myself. Says 2 people. Let's go. The winning moment. It's a winning moment. Warriors have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry takes the shot. Bang. What a shot. Oh, look at that volume. So I'm closing half of my remaining position. So I already closed half. Now what I have remaining, I'm getting ready to close half of that. Finger on the button. I will let you know. I will let you know. Let's go, guys. Is that how they do it? Let's go, guys. We need some, let's go. Gavin, I don't know. I tend to fall into an accent when I imitate some people. It's not really the correct accent. Gavin, I'm pretty good. I can do that, you know. Welcome to this very special webinar. All right, so I closed half of my remaining position here. pushing 40 pips on that close. Now I have about 25% of my original position still on with my stop at break even. I might move it up. Let's see the 5 minute. We know that there's weakness. You see it. Where do I want to move my stop up to? Trail the 14 EMA, but that's kind of far. But then again, yeah, you know, maybe just below the low of this bar right here. Is that like a thing? Yeah. I think I'll move my stop up to 15754. And looking to trail it, looking to listen to the chart. So locking in some pips at 15754 on the stop. Plenty of room to let this F around for a little bit and continue. But if we get below here, I might just take the money and run. We did it, man. For the 15. For you guys. I've been wanting to put that 7 in there. Can I do it? Am I allowed? Lucky 7, baby. For the crew. Not for me. So we've moved 40 pips plus from entry. $40 pips plus from entry. London hour trade, paying the bills. You got Eric Khan. Have $7 out of it. Oh, you're trading a small account? What size is your account, if you don't mind me asking? So you're sort of learning on a small account? Or looking to build that small account? If that's what you mean. Well, we lost one. All right, that's good. I made some money. I'm gonna go play Call of Duty. It's a good thing I don't really give a shit. Really a good thing. Failed YouTuber and proud of it. I never really gave it the full effort. If you find me, you find me, I guess, huh? I think I talked about the lizard people too much. I'm shadow banned. $2,000 account? Okay. Oh, you're not dealing with peanuts. Yeah, how much leverage you have, you mean? Yeah. We're up 45 pips, baby. That's a curry for 3. That moment just keeps popping in my head. That was like 3-4 years ago now. Remember that shot, man? Who was he playing? He was playing OKC. They were playing OKC. They had one timeout left, I think. Curry comes across half court and just frickin' pops the 3. I think a 2 would have tied the game for overtime. He comes across half court, a few feet, and just pops the three. I love those moments, man. All right, I'm gonna be back in a second, making a fresh coffee. I have 1/4 of my original position on now. Closed a bit up here as we saw potential weakness, but we're hanging on. And I put my stop loss. Where was it? 15754. I may want to move it up a bit. I mean, let's be realistic. Look at that volume. I'm going to lock in a bit more and move my stop up 15757. Okay. Coffee time. Be right back. And how's the AAU looking? Okay, that's brewing. That's brewing. We'll see what else we can get. Oh, leaving. There's a guy who wants us to wait while he makes coffee. Like, what the hell, man? All right, I'll be right back. Let's go. Frickin' go for you guys for the 11. I see you. Just learning. Good, good, good. You might have come to the right place to learn, my opinion. Trade going well. I had my doubts, Devin. Luckily, I'm skilled in multiverse manipulation, and I took you with me. Oh, that was the GU chart? I thought it was the pound yen. Aw. I was going to move my stop up. Look at the two other yen pairs, though. What's the yen doing? Not being our friend, but strong pound saves the day. I'm bullish on markets. Have I said it? Yes, I have. I've been saying it. Bullish on Bitcoin. Been saying it for weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Generally in markets. The economy. What? Yes. Doom and gloom, recession. Uh-huh. You might miss it all then, huh? Inflation. No. Stabilizing. Prices are going to come down. What? Pete's crazy. Oh, thank you. Okay, that volume's a bit high for the push through. So let's see how this closes. Do I want to do this? Let's see, reevaluate strength. Low volume test. Volume leading to higher prices. Push through where you see in excess of supply. A little high on the volume. Not terrible, but a little high. Closing at or near the high there is very good on this pattern. Is the US dollar generally weak now? Yes, sort of. Typically, if the volume's too high on this, I wait for the break test. If it just takes off and I miss my good price, I don't know. Ugh. Oh well. Shit. About half the time, maybe, give or take, right? About half the time, you get a break test continuation of automatic rally. That would give me a better price again. It's only a 5 pip difference, though, is it? More or less, if you bounce here. But the thing is on this, why I'm not jumping in right now, is because if you think of the London hour trade, or a lot of you already know my method as far as this type of setup. Again, the lower the volume, the better here. So here's the volume, right? A bit on the high side. So if this volume was low, the lower the better, right? Bit on the high side, which means you really should wait for the result. A lot of times you can hit high volume here and come back down. And here's our result, which is just kind of losing our entry price. And it's not a bad situation. Use your judgment. I may see if I can get away with a break test of automatic rally that meets up with the 14 EMA. And this guy's so patient and never takes a trade. Maybe. But you see it, right? Volume's a bit excessive on here. When I say the lower, the better. So, if I miss it, I'm okay with that. No regrets. Again, here, volume a bit high. And you already know when you get high volume into an up move, it's not a lack of supply, it's aggressive markup. I'd rather see lack of supply. Just the way this turned around on high volume, we can have this turn around down on high volume. So there's that element of risk, and that's why I'm not in. The lower the better on volume. Not so great, right? I mean, there are probabilities to the upside that are built into this pattern, but that's kind of key to really make me get in it. I mean, if you have my course, which I made, 9 years ago, nothing's changed. I'm still looking for this decrease in volume here. And again, a lot of times you will get a break test. And this also looks like a reverse scalp, right? The reverse scalp like we took last week, Friday. If we get down here, especially if we top off without weakness and do that. So I'm being cautious. And at this point, I'm missing my price, so that's all right. Maybe you took advantage of that by your own decision. Hello. Thanks for joining. So one trade today was the long right there. I closed 3/4 of my position. And I locked in whatever that is, 17 pips or something. Lots of volume up here. You know, that could be the end of it. So it's good to lock some in or do whatever you're comfortable with. Also getting the fake break pattern there. Bearish pattern off volume. These are some small pips, right? If I do this, it's kind of more represents what's going on, so to speak. Not really that. Well, all we need is this, and we're barely be up. Let's see what happens here. If this tops off on decreased volume, and we get a break test, could be back to getting a better price, a better spot in the pattern, confirmation as it does that, and know that we'd be buying an area that has no issue with weakness, unlike these, which have a mix of buying and selling. But a lot of you guys know my setups, and that volume is a little high, like carbon is right now. Coffee's ready. Little hairy there. Again, looking for that potential entry. We didn't want too much volume. The lower the better here. Because if it's fighting against supply coming in, you don't want to get caught in the middle of that fight. You'd rather have a lack of supply, being able to move up on lower volume, but it just ease its way up without a lot of down ticks, right? Off of strength, and you have a nice imbalance of high volume demand, low volume supply. But we don't have low volume supply. You're getting there on the 1 minute. There is a little bit of a dip in volume off the high. So it's not terrible. But it had to push against some selling on its way up. And I prefer a better imbalance. Let's go. We're doing it for the 13. Your dollar today is chop chop. If I haven't convinced you to avoid the middle ranges by now, what can I tell you? GU? Well, strong pound, so that's that, yeah. We knew that. EJ? A bit of weakness, not enough for me to want to go short. Now we're getting some volume. Let's see the result. News coming up. Yeah, this stuff. Got some time. Yeah, there's the high impact US as well there. Okay, so I'm here for the moment, managing the last piece of the pound yen long, and I don't like the AU long at the moment. Too much volume up there. Take it as it comes. Let's see. Chart is the boss. We listen. Don't see anything else right now. Certainly the pound is fighting some weakness, so you know, trail it. Be realistic. Up 30, 35 pips from entry, 40 pips from entry. Do what you're comfortable with. Yeah, man. London hour trade, man. What the hell? I think it has to do with the depths of hell that I went to with my back. When I came out of that and I came back to the charts. My superpowers had increased. So look at this situation here. I guess not looking at charts for 6 months, you come back and you go, wait, look at that. How did I miss that? Five and 0 on the London hour trade for January. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to pause the screen. Wait. All right, 1 second.
It had hit like a ton, like a loaded gun, waited in denial. It had sliced like a knife, so precise that I didn't feel it till it puddled. And one more chance would have never saved us or made it right. So when I finally found the strength to leave you, I left that night. I left that night. So say hello to all your lovers that you thought were undercut, till your phone revealed them late at night. Say hello to your ex that you said was your friend. Hope that I stick was worth losing mine. Say hello to all your problems now that you have time to solve them in the corners of your mind. But say goodbye to my lips, the ones you're
It's coming. It's coming.
that's how I cough and leave you behind. Now kiss them bye-bye.
To cut it to one. Back out Singler. Shot clock at 7. Westbrook on the drive, falling away. Won't go. Rebound taken by Iguodala. They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. Westbrook on the drive, falling away. Won't go. Rebound taken by Iguodala. They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot! Timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. The brilliant shooting of Stephen Curry continues. And he ties the NBA record with his 12th three-pointer.
Yeah, man. The guy knows something. You know what I'm saying? That ain't luck. That ain't just practice. That kid knows something. Oh, you couldn't see it the whole time, huh? Oh, yeah, you can. One more time. Oh, I suck at OBS. I thought it would automatically show you, because it shows you when I click around. That's weird. Because I can see it when I watch the stream. I'm totally confused. I don't know. Whatever. I'll put it in the Discord if you don't see it here. That's my favorite shot of all time. That kid knows a thing or two. He doesn't just practice a lot. Yeah, that, but I'm starting to know what he knows. Ew. All right, we're here. We're still hanging on to this. Maybe for some more profit. Pound yen long. One more leg up. What do we got up there? Ooh. 158.30. 50 more pips. It's possible. I'm not even worried about what the chart says at this point. I'm just kind of, locking in, trailing my stop on remaining position. Let's keep going for the 14. Not for me. Yeah, man. See if we get a little more off of this. What else is brewing? The AU long that I passed on has an issue with supply, and that's why I passed on it. If that clears up or not, we'll see. Probably at this point, the best thing that could happen, in my opinion, for this to convince me to go along would be to see that the issue with supply is gone. It could even go slightly higher and show acceptance of prices and then give a 14 EMA entry, right? But this, right, this is all telling us about supply starting from here and all of this. And you see the volume's just consistently higher than where we were. And so simply put, and if you know my method, you already know, there should be ease of movement to the upside for the likelihood that the markup is starting. If there's any sort of struggle, sometimes, it becomes a wishy-washy situation where if sellers are active, the buyers may say, okay, great, we'll buy lower. And there goes your stop. And a bad entry. So it becomes wishy-washy. It's not something where I would want to sell, right? Because we know there's buyers, lack of supply down here. But we hit some supply there, so it's a little wishy-washy. So again, low volume here, my setups, that's entry. Or at least topping off on low volume in a break test. That didn't happen either. Eurodollar might finally get out of its range here where I can finally think about doing something because I'm avoiding the range. Even if it's a high volume short. Let's see what it does. Let's go. I am obsessed with that shot today. Or is every time I decide not to use it. Go watch that shit in the Discord. Watch it again. Watch it 10 times. Tell me that kid doesn't know something. No doubt in his mind that shot was going in. What an embarrassing shot if he had missed it. How embarrassing. The loss would have been squarely on him. You lost because you took that dumb frickin' practically half-court shot when it was time on the clock and all you needed was a 2 to go to double overtime. That shot would have ruined the game. Everybody would have been mad at him. There was no doubt in his mind, was there? And does he make that shot 100% of the time? Of course not. So how could that possibly be? I'll let you ponder. Is a lot of sellers now, question mark, on the pound yen? Well, certainly. High volume into that new high ground. Yep. Weakness coming in. Yep. And that's why I locked in some pips. It's only a quarter of my position left open. So at this point, the logic is the 14 EMA test is kind of my last hope. Help me 14 EMA, you're my only hope. It tends to overshoot a little bit. But I'm looking at that, and I know that this could go either way, and this could come down. If it comes to the 14 and I'm not liking it, I could just close it. 20-something pips from where I got in. And, again, you notice the behavior of the 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe again, right? I mean, if I wouldn't let a full position just mess around here, but trying to milk it on the last quarter of my position if I could run up to whatever it wants to do today, you know. So if we come down, you know, I allow for the overshoot as you see the behavior and see if that keeps me in it. If not, I get out, right? 159, 58, get out. And if it moves up, the best thing to see, of course, is to get into this, test the high and the new high ground just above it and not have an issue with the high volume weakness anymore. And then we can say, okay, we're likely getting whatever, right? Another leg. So I'm just kind of going about it like that with my last piece. Yeah. You too? Okay, yeah. I think that makes sense. Yeah. No regrets. If I close the trade now, that's okay. But if I leave a quarter of it to run, you know, and hit 80 pips on a quarter of my position. Yeah. That's like a separate winning trade in itself, right? That's like a 20 pip win on a full position. So I'm playing both sides. The art of managing the trade. So only an hour until the high impact news. So knowing that, this is kind of, for me, the last chance if there was anything else I would want to get in. This guy's going without me. That's okay. As I said, there's a probability built into this whole pattern, but that was just a bit too much to rely on that it would get through here. Maybe it's doing it then. Okay. Maybe you took it. Maybe you didn't. Generally a bit of bullishness showing up on the yens here for the moment. Got some volume with the upward result there. Volume upward result here. Let's go. Carry me home. 158.32. Hit the like button. I don't know. Do I even give a shit? Yeah, hit the like button, you know? Maybe it'll spread the video, suggest it more because of that, so they say. I don't know. Or don't, or whatever. Hit the like for 7-0 in January, unless that's not good enough. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. Ew, carbon. So what are we looking at? Last portion of this trade. Is the 14 EMA going to be our friend once again? Even though there's weakness? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get 5 rejections and another leg? Otherwise, I'll look to close. Stay above 60 maybe. Just try to stay in it. So that just came like 1 pip from my trailing stop. So I might as well just let it hit. Oh, there it goes. Okay, out of the trade. I am out of the trade. Done deal. NU. Oh my god. I don't even have a NU chart up. Dollar index is driving everything. It's dropping. So we're moving up against it. Everything's moving up against it. Driving the market. What do we got going now? I'm waiting for news. News is in 54 minutes. I wouldn't do anything now. Push my luck. I'll give that back and get myself stuck in a situation with news coming out. So I would wait the 54 minutes, see what news does, get it out of the way, and then get back to looking for setups. As soon as it settles from the news move, 10, 15 minutes after, right, whatever. Yep. That's my plan. I think we did close some up in this area. That was nice to be able to do that. That might be it for now. At least I wouldn't want to I'm happy with that. Chart says realistically, that's that. I'll take it. Yeah, so we had to sit through the deal a little bit, but come on, hey, London hour trade, okay, follow the rules, good stuff. All right, so I'll end the session. Definitely going to wait for news before, I'll take a break from the charts. Come back in like 45 minutes and see the news move and what we might want to do to follow. Could be a dip day to buy or something generally in markets too. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you for attending. Hope you made the money. Ricardo, how are you? Thank you, sir. Okay, I'll be here tomorrow. Same time, same place, looking for the London hour setup and so on. Have a good one. Very welcome, very welcome. Laters.